And it's Friday, and this is Lunch with Lazarus. How's everybody doing out there today? Hope you're all ready for the weekend. We got all sorts of upcoming events here in Shroud of the Avatar
Are you going
every
to be
weekend.
broadcasting this channel or no?
I am. Welcome, Jack.
Okay.
That's why I invite everybody upstairs, downstairs. I found it's a lot easier to just get them to come down here than it is to get them to move over to the other server. And of course, the public is welcome over on our TeamSpeak server. Go to NBNN.info, click the big red link that says Join us in TeamSpeak. Come say hello. Call us on the NBNN hotline, 872-529-6266.
So I finally
That's
got to meet a character
Laz
named
NBNN.
Wolftam.
I know Wolftam. And welcome to Lunch with Lazarus, Briar.
Thank you.
Where are you located? Are you down at the cafe today?
That would be the location. We're implementing a new picnic seating area for anyone that's interested in sitting down and enjoying a little picnic basket atmosphere.
Alright. Well, I'm coming down the road here since you're only a hop, skip, and a jump. And you're not at the mini-mart location of Briar Vespers Cafe over by the NBNN Studios. I'll come say hello to you.
Yeah, it's tough getting between both locations.
It's a long run.
Yeah, I know. It's tough to get from one point to the other.
Well, if I had the luxury of two accounts, I suppose it wouldn't be too bad, but unfortunately, I'm just Briar.
So if you really wanted that second account, you could always register for my giveaway.
Ah, yes, that is right. Cinesist is giving away a free Steam key here on Sunday.
Ah.
You want to tell them all about that there, Cinesist?
Sunday during Gust Ball, I will be giving away one Steam key. This is a Steam key provided by me, not provided by anybody else. And it's going to be people that go to my stream, follow it, and type in the magic word, ! Steam key, please.
Now, they have to do that in order to get registered.
That is correct.
And they can do that anytime, correct? Between now and Sunday.
That is correct.
They don't have to wait till Sunday till the stream. You can register beforehand. You can register all weekend.
Yes.
And we just may throw in some soda coins while we're at it during that broadcast. Make it a little bit more interesting. But it's a maybe. Y'all gonna have to tune in and find out. Here's a way to grab them.
Now, you can't emote the drink from the drinking while you're sitting.
They haven't fixed that one yet?
Nope, they have not fixed drink yet.
Ah, that's very nice there. Is that something you had to type in manually, or do you have that on a macro somewhere, Briar?
No, that's just something that I typed in earlier, and I've learned how to use the arrow keys to scroll back to what I
very
originally
good.
typed.
Very good. Now, you want to say that out loud for everybody who might watch this broadcast so that they can hear it and tell them all about it.
That's right. Here at Briar Vespers Cafe, anyone that's interested in working or supporting the cafe with your ideas, suggestions, or some decorating tips, or maybe you want a job with employment. The Future Lock Lake Tavern for the BMC wants you. Contact Briar Vesper in-game for any details.
I was dumped from Mumble again.
S-P-E-R.
It's the fourth
Vesper.
time today.
Alrighty. Yeah, I hate when that happens.
And basically, any of the employment ideas.
And that's
that
why I'm
people might
using
be
the
wondering,
alpha
there's
client
a full
or
list
beta
of
client
the
of
openings that I
Mumble.
have at the back of our menu. So once you make your way to the cafe. Simply grab a menu. I have free ones up at the public cache chest or located throughout any of the tables, or any of the vendors for that matter. At both locations, up at NBNN with Lazarus, next to the skill trainer in Owl's Head, or at the pub cafe down here with in Owl's Head at the proper cafe.
So, Briar, what did you think Lord British showing up to do the post-mortem up in your place this past week?
Oh, I gotta tell you, I just simply logged in to make sure I had enough beer and some breads on my vendor because I noticed a couple of them had sold, so I wanted to make sure he had a full stock for all the players. And lo and behold, there's Lord British and tables full of people.
I tell you.
I was shocked.
Yeah, it was quite the crowd there. I estimate there was probably about 50 people. I hadn't actually gotten a head count. Did you by any chance take a count while you were there, Jack?
No, I did not do a head count. I was busy watching the postmortem and watching Chris get drunk on the beer that I provided him.
He was showing the cans too, I noticed.
Yeah,
he wasn't showing the face of the can, so he was hiding the brand. But that beer was Maui Brewing Company's. He was drinking the Big Swell IPA.
Now, shortly before the post-mortem, we were out hanging out with Lord British and a couple other folks. And we had the chance to do something else before the post-mortem hit off. You want to fill the good folks in about that one there, Jack?
I can't remember what you're talking about. You'll have to remind me.
We were out over in Deep Ravenswood. We were fighting, and Lord British was putting a whooping on Speck.
Oh, yeah.
And Speck was hanging out with Shooter Jennings.
Yes. And I asked Shooter Jennings whether or not he'd be willing to do an interview with NBNN, and he said yes. So I just have to email him and get the particulars all settled. And then we will actually have another interview, this time with Shooter Jennings.
Here on NBNN.
That is correct.
I tell you, if somebody told me 8 months ago we'd be doing this kind of stuff, I would have said they were crazy. I tell you. But I love this shit so much that we turned something that was just going to be a little hobby into something material that makes sense and provides a lot of information out there, as well as some great entertainment value for the folks in the community. And we'll continue to bring you that kind of stuff as much as we can here on NBNN.
For those that don't know, Laz, anything about a community-based game, to be able to play a game along with your developers and them ask you questions and you can provide input is so impressionable compared to the older days of just hop in and play a developer's game, whether you like it or not, is just incredible.
Absolutely. Now, this was your actual first real interaction with Lord British, where you've actually stopped and actually chatted with them. And tell the good folks what you actually sat down and spoke about and what his replies were to you. Because before you go into it, I want everybody, of course, to know, and I say it over and over, as does Cynicist. He lets everybody know. You don't have to be one of them people who has a big pledge. You don't have to be anybody in particular. You don't have to be anybody but somebody who wants to provide input and ideas. And I tell everybody, these guys are so easy to get a hold of. And, it's just that simple. Send them a message. Catch them in game. They come in game. And we are actually making history here because this is one of the first games that has ever been developed in this sense. Whereas they come into the game, they play the game with us, they seek all that information, and there's never been a development period in a video game in history that's been quite like this. So anyway, go ahead, Brian, just tell the good folks what transpired, how the conversation went, what he said, and all that good stuff for everybody.
Well, as an avid follower of NBNN, I want to catch the postmortem because I wasn't able to be here the full length of it, so I wanted to see what I'd missed. So I log on, and I noticed we had quite a bit of drinking, entertaining. And unfortunately, after a while watching that, I just had to turn it off because I felt, I didn't want to watch a bunch of my heroes and idols get drunk. So basically, the next day I see Lord British was on my friends list, and I sent him a tell saying that, how's the hangover going? I have a cure if you're interested. And he said yes. I told him I can make a good quiche dish that the eggs in there will help cure a hangover. And he said, well, excellent. And next thing I know, Lord British was standing next to me at the bar.
Now this
and
was
I'm just a $45 pledge person.
Now this was strictly in a role play sense, that you were playing with him in the sense that you knew he was drinking in the postmortem in real life, and you were just saying, hey, I got some quiche at my vendor, should help cure your hangover. And the next
Absolutely.
and the next thing you know, there he is standing next to you, which I just love this shit. Okay, anyway, go ahead.
Actually, I want to ask Briar about something that did happen during the post-mortem. Now, you gave Lord British a mug of ale, and then you said, that will be 75 gold, please.
Yeah,
Did he pay up?
No,
did
he
pay.
did not.
Okay. He did not pay.
Drake was nice enough to say, listen, Briar, I asked him 2 or 3 times, 75 gold, please, 70 gold, please. Drake handed me 700 gold and said, well, for everybody at the table, Briar, we'll leave it at that. So I said, okay, you're the man. So I bought rounds for everybody and took care of everyone at the table. But
Now,
to make that clear, Lord British didn't fess up. He didn't fess up his 75 gold.
Now, to make it very clear, Briar takes his cafe and his character very seriously, to the point that I've seen no others around here who compare it to the dedication he puts into his role play. Maybe Doc Shroud would be one of those people. But Briar takes his cafe serious, and when he comes and says, I'm serving you and you got to pay me gold, he expects payment, damn it. Even from the crown. So anyway, he shows up.
Yep,
After you tell him about the quiche.
I told him about the quiche. Next thing I know, across my screen, I get the message saying that Lord British bought some quiche off your vendor for 250 gold. And I said, that's a great cure for the hangover. Please enjoy it. And while you're here, tell me of your input on my picnic. Because if you see in the back screen here, I've created a little rug carpet area for any of those that prefer to sit down and enjoy a little bit of a picnic scene instead of the usual sit at a bar or a table.
Now, I got to ask a quick question. Did he pay for the quiche?
Yes, he did.
Yes, he did. Okay.
So he said, that's good. I said, well, how do you know it's good? You developed the game. You don't know that it's coming across saying that, it was sold at a certain location. So I explained to him, I have 3 locations in Owl's Head where I'm selling quiche. It didn't tell me where, and he said, well, that's a great idea. Maybe we could name your vendors and name your pets. I said, I'd appreciate that. That way Todd here at the cafe, I'll know you came to Todd instead of Alex up there at Lunch with Lazarus station. That way I'll know which is more popular.
And, of course, which was to restock.
Exactly. So his input was, this is great for the hangover. Thank you very much. I asked him if he liked the place. He said it was beautiful. I said, the only problem is my food gets so expensive to make, and if I want to sell a picnic basket because of my beautiful scenery here, you like the picnic scene, I want to sell you a picnic basket on my vendor so that you can take to your property a bottle of wine, some cheese, some bread, and a rug and lay it down. And for 2,000 gold, you got yourself a picnic basket to take home.
Amen, brother. I love it.
And he said, well, you should be able to. I said, no, we cannot, because I just created a sack. And I created a sack that I could name. And I said, why can I name a sack, but I can't put anything in it to you? I go, that's silly. He goes, well, you should be able to put reagents in there. I said, that's with a small bag, not a backpack or a large bag. And he told me that they would be working on that, and they're looking at that. So from a $45 pledge to sit here and have that conversation with Lord British from an old UO beta, I was astounded.
And good for you. And again, I can almost guarantee everybody out there that he actually jotted those notes down as he was talking to you, and he shot them off to one of the developers going, add this to my list.
And I can actually speak from experience with this. I have actually seen him transcribing his notes and putting it in Jira, which is their document management system, to where it's one where that's where they do all the bug tracking and everything else. And by the way, I still hate fucking Mumble. I got dropped again.
And just another quick note on your point of stating how friendly they are and how easy they are to get a hold of. Lord British, I noticed while serving drinks, told everyone around that please friend Lord British, and if you have any questions, please send them to me or any input.
Absolutely. He's done that several times. And before I go into that story, I just want to welcome Duke Ezekiel Cooper to the stream. He came to join us at the bar, and he slipped into the room while you were telling your story. Welcome, Duke.
Hey guys, how you guys doing today?
How you doing?
Good. Briar's recapping his stories here of his visit earlier with Lord British. And
yeah, Lord British popped in on me this morning.
I know that. I saw a picture out there, and we'll get to your story in a minute. I saw that. I got a tweet about that one, so we'll talk about that in just a second. But I believe, what was it, Release 17, Jack? We had the last wipe, and everybody was coming into Soul Town, and we were covering that here on NBNN. And,
yes.
And Lord British turned to me.
I think that was Release 18.
Yeah, okay, Release 18. And Lord British turned to me and says, Lazarus, I want you to tell all the viewers out there that when they enter Soul Town to come up and friend me, I want everybody coming into the game to friend me and put me on their friends list. And he added every single person who passed by, and there were hundreds who passed by that day. And he asks of that all the time, and I always say that as well. Put Lord British on your friends list. He doesn't even need to be online.
And if you have Steam,
I was just going to say that. Yeah,
the Steam awards.
If you play with the Steam awards in that system, Dark Star is also another one. That's DARKSTARR. And they don't need to be online. Just bring up your friends list, type in their names, add them, and you'll get those. What do they call them on Steam? Not pledge rewards. They're.
Hold on, I'm playing in Steam right now. So let's see if I can bring it up. Achievements.
Steam achievements. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Can't believe I brain farted on that.
Yeah, it's just information overload sometimes. So, Duke, I saw a picture of you out there with the Lord British and somebody else, and Lord British had a sword in his hand, and he was knighting the other person. You want to tell us what was going on, what transpired, and your visit with him today?
I don't want to give too much away, but there's a little bit of a quest going on inside the world. As you all know, I was the first recipient of the famous Lord British sword.
Absolutely, I was there to film it all.
Well, if you were at Roper Doc Holliday's wedding, then you also saw me knight Roper Doc Holliday and give the sword to him at that wedding. Correct?
And we did, and we broadcast that here on NBNN as well. Okay. So we follow you so far.
Okay. Well, there has been a tradition that has started, and now that the pictures are out there, well, like I said, I don't want to give too much away, but Lord British came on this morning and remade the sword, and we now have a quest. And it was kind of started by Roper Doc Holliday and myself. We dubbed me the Knight of Justice. Because Roper received the sword at his wedding, he is appropriately named the Knight of Compassion. And to this morning, Lord British logged on long enough to make the sword and officially dubbed Roper Doc Holliday as the Knight of Compassion. So,
very interesting.
of the virtues.
I just asked Darkstar if he wants to come hang out on stream for lunch with Les.
A quest line more and more among players that there are 6 more knights throughout the realm that has to be found, and the sword will be passed to each of those knights as they are dubbed publicly. Once all those knights have been knighted, then at some point in time later in the future, we will return the sword to Lord British publicly. And as Lord British was saying, as Lord British was suggesting this morning, yes, it is now an officially sanctioned quest as far as a player quest. It's not something in the game. It's kind of, dreamed up and being participated by the players. But Lord British suggested that there maybe should be the polar opposite, the chaos.
Oh, but of course. Yeah.
Right. And that there should be tasks that these Knights of Virtue are sent out to do, and that Knights of Chaos would try to prevent them from achieving. So that was kind of kicked around this morning, but as it stands, there are now 2 official Knights of the Virtues in the realm that have possessed and still possess the sword made by Lord British's own hand. And so that's what he was doing this morning, is he dropped by this morning and remade the sword. And while he was there, Roper Doc Holliday just happened to be on, and he zoned in as well and received his knighting personally from Lord British and was given the sword to carry on the line.
I love this shit. And that just goes to show
That's
you.
awesome.
I know. And again, this just goes to show you that while he might not have every single one of his hands in the development, he doesn't forget the role-play aspect, and he heavily gets involved in the role-play aspect of the game. To the point that, he has promised that that sword would be recreated throughout time until release, and then the sword, of course, would then be remade once again in final release for it to carry on its tradition. And this is him actually coming in and new release and recreating it and carrying on the tradition of this sword, which is just amazing to see. Just a simple little item that made such big waves. And believe me, it was one of the most popular videos on YouTube for quite some time when we broadcast that. For Shroud of the Avatar, I should say.
I'll go ahead and drop a little bit of a bombshell on your program today. Everybody that can attend Sunday night to the BMC's Gladiators Gridiron should attend.
And you heard that first.
And that's all I'm going to say. The event will be starting at 5:30 Central Standard Time, and if you can be there, you should be there.
Hint, hint, nudge, nudge, wink, wink. And we're going to leave that at that. But we have a teaser coming up that we'll be able to continue to broadcast out there over the weekend during our events. And of course, we will be live at the Gladiators Gridiron to stream that and see exactly what's going to transpire here on Sunday at the BMC Gridiron. Well, I'll tell you, I just love this shit. This is day by day as this game grows and the input from the community comes in and the product is modified, shaped, and molded. You can just see just a whole vast, unlimited world taking shape right around us as we live our lives here.
Also, I have one other announcement to make. for the first time that I know of, now I could be mistaken on this, but the first time that I know of in MMO history, we have had a position come open in the hierarchy of our guild here at the BMC, and we will be holding debates. We have had candidates come forward that have nominated themselves, and per our charter, I am empowered to create committees. And Saturday night at our guild meeting at 6 p.m., I will be empowering the entire guild as a committee to listen to the candidates for the Speaker of the House position in our guild. And then those candidates there will be an unofficial vote held on our website for just our members. And then the outcome of that vote over a certain amount of time, I'm thinking it's probably over the course of, I don't know, either 72 or 96 hours. After that vote is held, I will then use the authority granted to me per our charter to appoint our new head over the legislative branch inside the BMC.
Very good.
So, So for the first time ever that I'm aware of, we're going to hold an official debate among candidates, and it will be mediated by Lazarus.
I was just going to say, we got some more information about that, which is NBNN has been asked to stream this event, and
Correct.
The debate will be moderated by myself, and this is the first time that the full open public BMC meeting is going to be held, whereas it's going to be broadcast to the world here on NBNN. So they will be able to listen in to everybody during the process. They will be able to listen in to the candidates for the debate. They will be able to watch everything that the BMC does in this meeting. BMC meetings are usually closed to the general public and are usually forbidden to be streamed because it's not something that the general public usually sees, and of course it's not open to the public. But this is going to be one of the events that's going to probably make some MMO history, as the Duke puts it. And we will be streaming that live tomorrow night here on NBNN.info.
Good times.
Oh, it's going to be wonderful.
And while we're here on the air now, I just sitting right here next to me is one of our candidates, as a matter of fact, Jack Frost, and
my partner in crime
the other part of NBNN.
Yeah, my partner in crime in my right arm. The other half of NBNN, that would be Synesys, Jack Frost. Yes, he is a candidate. He was the first person to throw his hat into the ring.
Just popped in.
And Darkstar came to my request from earlier.
And welcome Darkstar to the stream. I know he's not live with us here, but we shall convey appropriate salutations.
So Starlong is the executive producer of Portalarium. He was also the EP of Ultima Online, and he's not in voice chat with us, but he is in game with us.
Yes, simple as that. Jack, aka Synesist, PM Darkstar says, "Hey, we're streaming in Lunch with Lazarus over here at Briar Vespers Cafe. Come join us." Simple as that. That's all it took. And here he is to come sit down, enjoy some lunch. And Briar, if I were you, I'd be getting my Fanny over to Darkstar, seeing if he wants a cold one. And it is Friday. They have a release, newsletter release to get out today, so he's just telling us that he can't stay too long, but he's just popping in for a visit here. But that's how it is in this game. This is how this community runs. If they're around, they've got a minute to spare, they just pop in and say hello to us, come visit, listen to what's going on, take in feedback. I don't think we're going to be giving him any feedback on anything right now, except just what Genesis is telling him there, what we're doing, what we're up to, what we're streaming. See, now even he's keeping track of that. He's looking forward to the General Assembly. Darkstar wants to see the General Assembly from the BMC coming up here in the near future. It's recently postponed due to some what's the word I want to say? It was beyond our control at the moment. Some things had to be sorted out legally and legislatively to figure out whether it was legal to put on. Was that correct?
Yes, I mean, he does want a quick write-up for NBNN about the dissection of the post-mortem. That way we can end up in the Dallas's update of the Avatar.
I believe he wants a write-up for the General Assembly. That's what he's asking for.
Okay. Oh, okay. So we will have to get that write-up for the Gimli Assembly up there.
And I'm letting him know he can take it right out of the forums.
Yeah, you can.
If they wish to do so. But we will get something out. Okay, both please. Where's Jaron when I need him?
Yeah.
Actually, I think we should task Jack with that. Go in and just take a quick look at it, see if there's anything that can be edited, or just give it to him the way it is verbatim. Or just like me to take it verbatim and do it.
You also have to remember I'm much more verbose than everyone else.
Well, that's why I figured we'd task you with that.
You want the verbose answer? Yeah.
Let's get the Portalarium newsletter version. How about that?
Okay.
And I believe you're going to need to get that off to him in like the next hour or so.
Oh yeah, right after we do this,
Yes.
we'll go over what we want to say.
And we are going to keep this show at an hour today because I do want to put this on the NBNN loop for the weekend so that everybody can see what's transpired, get up to date on the Friday update. And of course,
yeah, that's going to have to get put out there real quick, and I got to get ready for work. I guess I can do. Please do, because I think they're wanting to put that in with Dallas's stuff, maybe.
Well,
yeah, that's what they're saying.
Now he just wants for this weekend. He wants the public debates for the newsletter this weekend. We'll give them the General Assembly for next weekend's newsletter. And there you go, right there, happening live on NBNN. Star is asking us for stuff to put in the Friday newsletter so that they have some more content. But again, they can find this content. They hear about it all the time, but it's something he's been following, and he's now just asking us directly to get this out to them for today's update. And this is what I love about this shit. Have I said I love this shit lately? I love this shit.
No, you haven't.
No, I can't remember the last time you said that.
And for those of you who don't know, I've adopted that as my catchphrase. Because I do. I just love this game. I love the community. I love I love everything there is about this.
And so Darkstar showed up. just based off of a quick little message in game.
And that was Dark Star, Star Long, Executive Director of Shroud the Avatar. Director or producer? Executive producer?
He's the EP, executive producer.
Right. Chris is the technical director.
That is correct.
And of course, on that note, some more shameless self-promotion. Coming up this Thursday, we have live on NBNN an interview with Richard, Lord British Garriott himself, coming up on Thursday at 1 p.m. Central Standard Time. That is New Britannia time to those of you who know it. And if you have any questions, send them to Laz. news@nbnn.info. Drop me a line here in game. Come up and say, hey Laz, I got a question for Lord British. Or hit me up in the forums, PM me, or just drop a question where the promo for the Lord British interview is. Many ways to get in touch with us here at NBNN.
My goodness. I have an announcement to make real quick. Laz?
Yes, sir.
We now have 6 candidates for tomorrow night's debates.
Well, candidates can throw in their hat right up until we're ready to start a debate, can't they?
No, they have until midnight Central Standard Time tomorrow night.
Tonight.
Who's number 6?
Kendrick Darrow. So
Okay.
far, the candidates are Kendrick Darrow, Brickbat, James Murphy, Drake Aiden, Onyx, and Jack Frost.
Ooh, Brickbat. Quite the interesting. All capable members. Yes, it is. All capable members. All of them are guild-oriented folk. They all do hard work for the guild, and a lot of people don't realize that running a guild is not easy work, especially with a guild this large. I mean, I just have 2 positions in the guild. One is the guild notary, and of course the other is guild emissary, recruiting. And we get quite a few people who come in through the streams that Jack and I do. But just as guild notary, to be able to document, note, and be present when certain things are taking place in the guild so that everything's been properly covered, takes a lot of time. And a lot of people just think, creating a guild, throwing down $25 for a guild name and getting a bunch of people together, and that's running a guild. Well, they've got something else coming to them, and I guess they're all going to find out. The whole world is going to find out about that come Saturday night. Now, Duke, just to clarify there, you said the nominations end tomorrow night at midnight.
Yeah, it's tonight. I'm sorry.
Okay, that's what I thought. Okay, just wanted to clarify that.
Actually, I get it confused because the self-nominations will end at midnight tonight, which is basically Saturday, 12 a.m. Saturday 15th. All nominations will be in, and that will be who is actually running for the office.
Gotcha. Yeah, because it says Saturday at the clock tick at midnight. Yeah, I can understand that. Yeah, I gotcha. And again, those debates will be brought to you here live on NBNN. All right, real quick, let's get the calendar out of the way. One thing we do here, and this will probably take up quite a bit of our time, we do the calendar of events here, and on Friday, of course, we cover the whole weekend's event list. And I'm going to go ahead and just say that here in mumble, so if you guys have any comments on any of it, you can follow along what we're doing. Coming up today, Friday, August 14th, here in Shroud the Avatar, 6 p.m., a roleplay event, Doomsayer in Kingsport. That is Zone Mallory Tolbert. Only information we have on that. It's a roleplay event. You get to go hang out with some folks, play around, roleplay, play your characters. Do what you do in game. 7 p.m., the no-host event. This happens just about daily. During the week, I believe it is, several times a week. It's a PvE no-host event. There's no host involved. It's a challenge dungeon run. Go down to Bremar and run Chillblain's Compendium of Pain and Suffering. 7 o'clock tonight, PvP event, Vengeance Madness. Go out to the City of Vengeance. It's an open PvP event where everyone fights out in a Royal Rumble. Basically, it's till the last man standing. Go Zone Bambino Ludovate for this event. Winners of this event can win entries into the BMC Gridiron on Sundays. So for those of you who like to fight, don't want to cough up a big entry fee to get into the BMC Gridiron, if you win this one, you get yourself a free entry. Great cross promotion, guys, by the way. I didn't know that until I just read down to it. Coming up today in the media schedule, not a whole lot on the media schedule either. Coming up 6 p.m., Avatars Radio, DJ Selly Faster and Louder. Coming up at 8 p.m., Who's Gaming Now? Drawl live stream. Watch Drawl on his live stream. And that's on Twitch TV/Who's Gaming Now. And at 8 p.m., taking the airwaves, Professor DJ Kiley tonight. Coming up on Saturday, August 15th. Lots of events happening on Saturday. Starting off the morning at 9 a.m. with PAX Layer's Working Hours with your host, Winfield. Go see Governor Winfield, hang out at PAX Layer, talk about things that are happening in Shroud of the Avatar and PAX Layer in general. Zone point for that is Winfield. At 11 a.m., roleplay, the Church of Dark Stars. This is the Church of Dark Star, held every week by Lady Amber Rain, along with Kazan Phoenix Fire. They always have something interesting to say, and relative to the world in general and the Shroud of the Avatar, every Saturday morning at the Church of Dark Star. Go check them out. Zone point for that. No zone point given, but I'm going to assume that that'll be Amber Rain and or Kazan Phoenix Fire. I know Amber is on tour of the Great White North up there, so it might just be Kazan Phoenix Fire. Coming up this Saturday, 12 p.m., one of our favorites, the Welcome Quest. The R20.5 Welcome Quest. For those of you who do not know, every release there are 2 welcome quests, one immediately following the release and one about the halfway point, where the good folks over at PAX Lair host the event, and they showcase player-owned towns, all sorts of new stuff that's been introduced into the game. Every release we have here in Shroud of the Avatar. Zone point for that is Darbray. That's happening at 12 p.m. New Britannia time, Saturday. Gustfest at 3:30 p.m. This is a new one on the list. It's a 1 versus 1 tournament at the Tower of the Shuttered Eye. Oh, what is this?
Is that a Bambino event?
Yeah, I'm just reading this, but it's a little confusing. This Tower of the Shuttered Eye, Veiled Swamp, Perennial Coast, Novia is where it will be a tournament where competitors are competed against each other in an attempt to knock each... Oh, they're going to try the Tower of the Shuttered Eye again? They got access up there?
They may have found a way to get up top.
That is quite possible. And if I can make that, I'm sure as hell going to be there, because if nobody's ever seen Gust Ball, this is Gust Ball to the nth power. Because if you've never been to the top of the Tower of the Shuttered Eye...
Kicked out of mumble again.
The top of the Tower of the Shuttered Eye has no walls around it. If you get gusted off... Oh, I see. This is going to be... it's a Gust Fest. This is not Gust Ball. This is a player versus player gusting your opponent off the Tower of the Shuttered Eye. I see now. Quite the deadly event. And if you haven't seen this one, folks, trust me, this one is worth a good laugh. Just to go see it and witness it yourself, just to see what is capable inside of this game. Does not give me who it is, but I'm going to assume it's Bambino Ludovate. If we get more information on this event, we will update you over the weekend. Somebody found a way to get up there again. Coming up tonight at 7 p.m., CSE event at Port Phoenix. Gust Ball Challenge matches. And this is happening at Firehawk Field out in Port Phoenix. You get to go out there and challenge people. This is not a regular sanctioned Gust Ball event where we have teams of 3 pitted against each other. This is where you can do 1 versus 1, 2 versus 2 matches and just bring some friends. First team to 4 points wins. This is hosted by Kaz and Phoenix Fire out at Port Phoenix Zone. Kaz and Phoenix Fire to attend. 7 p.m. also role-play event at Doomsayer and Owl's Head. Zone Mallory Tolbert. Again, all the information we have. At 8 p.m. tonight, PvP event, 1 versus 1 tournament. Happening out in the town of Vengeance. It's the longest running player versus player tournament in Shroud of the Avatar as it is billed. No zone point given on that either. Saturday's media events, 12 a.m. Avatars Radio, DJ Trevor. 9 a.m. DJ Sir Gallowan. 12 p.m. DJ Kazuto. 2 p.m. DJ Silly, Faster and Louder. 4 p.m. Saturday, Golden Wing Goes Country. It's 5 o'clock somewhere. And at 10 p.m. Saturday, the Caverns.net. Podcasts and poetry, ending up your Saturday roundup. And finally, rounding up the weekend, Sunday, August 16th, Explore Novio Royal 60 PvE event at 6:30 a.m. Join Royal Sexy at Dancing Rock, Owl's Head entrance. Zone Royal Sexy to go explore Novia, 6:30 a.m. Sunday for all you early birds or late night owls. 8:30 a.m. roleplay event, Pack Slayer meeting. Go out Sunday, August 16th. Go see Pack Slayer. What's up in Pack Slayer in Novia? This is a weekly meeting that's held early. There's also a late meeting on Sunday at 7 p.m. which I guess we'll get to as we go down the calendar here. 11 a.m. roleplay Phoenix Republic Town Hall working hours. Gathering for the members of the Port Phoenix Republic to cover important topic areas of the month. Your zone point on that is Kaz and Phoenix Fire or Jackknife to attend. If you're a member of the Phoenix Republic, I believe the public is welcome as well to those events. 3 p.m., one of our favorite events, Gust Ball. Join us at 3 p.m. Zone point is Bambino Ludovate. He's our creator and host of Gust Ball every week. As you all know, Gust Ball is the sport of the avatars here in Shroud of the Avatar. The game has gotten so much popularity that it is now a TBA event because there are so many Gust Ball fields. We do not know which one right now it will be held at. But the zone for that at 3 p.m. Sunday is Bambino Ludovate. Come join Bambino and NBNN as we stream Gust Ball live. Coming up 5 p.m. social event BMC Gridiron Feast and Registration. This is a half hour before the BMC Gladiators Gridiron. Come down, get your registration in, get your groove on, get ready for your battle, have a little socializing with the folks around, size up your competitors, all that fun stuff. Then promptly right afterwards at 5:30, the Gladiators Gridiron gets it on. The BMC runs this event weekly at 5:30. Your zone point for that Oh, we don't have a zone point for that in there this week. It should be there every week. And that will be usually Jade. You can zone Lazarus. You can zone a host full of people for that one. Happening 5:30 Sunday night. We need to get that one cleaned up. 7 p.m. the repeat of the 7 a.m. The 8:30 a.m. Pack Slayer meeting for the late night, folks. Go out Pack Slayer, of course, and catch up with all the news, latest, greatest information, and what's happening Pack Slayer's own Winfield for that event. And 8 p.m. I hope it's going to become an even bigger event than it is. Roleplay Fishing with Winfield. While we do have fish and we do have fishing poles, we do not yet actually have actual fishing in the game. It is coming, though, folks. It is coming. But for the, for as long as I can remember, Sunday night there's been an event, Fishing with Winfield, where Winfield takes a bunch of folks. They pick a watering hole to go hang out at, and they role-play fishing until we actually have it physically in-game. Zone Winfield for that event. It's usually a fun gathering, and everybody is just footloose and fancy-free, blowing off steam, getting ready for Monday, which everybody dreads. And topping off the list for Sunday. Media events, Avatars Radio, 12 a.m., DJ Trevor. 4 a.m., DJ Win Silvermoon and Drake Adeus. 6 a.m., DJ Royal Sexy. 12 p.m., again, Drake Adeus and Win Silvermoon take to the airwaves on Avatars Radio. 2 p.m., DJ Celine hits the airwaves. 3 p.m., NBNN presents Gust Ball Live. Join us here on NBNN for Gust Ball. 5:30 p.m., join NBNN again, live at the Gridiron. And topping off the media schedule for the weekend, tune into Avatars Radio for DJ Jackknife to cruise on out of the weekend and enjoy some tunes here in Shroud Avatar on Avatars Radio. And that's it for the weekend of events. Wow, that's a pretty big weekend. This calendar is going to be about half the show when we get into real production here, folks.
Oh yeah, it's going to be a lot of events when we go live.
And of course, on this calendar, we do not have down the calendar, but it was just announced live today here on NBNN. We will touch on that once more, is the BMC is going to have a streaming event where a seat for position on the BMC legislature has come open for position. We are going to have live debates from the candidates for that position and a live broadcast open meeting of the BMC. Broadcast here Saturday live, 6 p.m. New Britannia time on NBNN. And that's all we got for this show, folks. Jack, you got anything else you'd like to include that we might have missed, left out, needs to be touched on?
Well, we still need to actually do our discussion of what actually happened at the post-mortem.
Yes, we do need to do that. And
But as far as events go, I have no events.
I think we can spend some time this evening just sitting around and dissecting the whole thing for the public and going over it point by point. Duke, thanks for joining us and giving us these NBNN exclusives here today.
You betcha.
We look forward to the broadcasts.
I think it's going to be very exciting. I've not yet picked who I'm going to vote for in the elections, but it's going to be quite the show.
I definitely agree. This is something that's going to be, it's going to be a first, folks. That's all we got to say. It has never been done before here. We don't know of it ever being done before. Well, we know in BMC history it's never been done before. We don't know if any other guilds have ever pulled off something like this in MMOs, but it's definitely going to be a first for a Richard Garriott game, as well as BMC first, and a Shroud of the Avatar first. Alrighty, with that, we will be back later on tonight. Jack is always streaming all the time. we're going to make some time to sit down and dissect the drunken postmortem that we had this past week. It was amazingly fun, and it was a load of info that still needs to be gone over because there was a lot of info for you folks out there. And this is Laz. We're going to be signing off here at Lunch with Lazarus. Thanks for joining us in today's stream. Join us next time on NBNN for more news, entertainment, sports, game shows, and all sorts of random happenings happening here in Shroud of the Avatar. Thanks for listening.
Thank you.